When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he put this question to his disciples: "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say he is John the Baptist, some Elijah, others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." "But you," he said, "who do you say I am?" Then Simon Peter spoke up. "You are the Christ," he said, "the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, "Simon, son of Jonah, you are a happy man, because it was not flesh and blood that revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. So I now say to you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of the underworld can never hold out against it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth shall be considered bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth shall be considered loosed in heaven." Then he gave the disciples strict orders not to tell anyone that he was the Christ.
There are some questions that just asking them have the potential to change things, change them forever, really. I suppose, will you marry me, is one of those questions. I think the question that Jesus asked of Peter and the disciples is another. It's a question that involves risk, trust, faith. It's a question that makes and invites commitment. I've never proposed to anyone, so I'm well out of my comfort zone here. I imagine it can be an emotional experience on all sorts of levels, no matter how it goes. But no matter how unexpected the question may be, I don't suppose it ever really comes completely out of the blue. You don't sit down next to someone on a bus and say, "Will you marry me?" Not the first time you meet them. Not often, anyway. It's part of a relationship. It fits into a relationship, and it fits in at a particular time. It takes time to get to that point where someone feels the desire to make a different kind of commitment, to make a different expression of love, and makes themselves vulnerable, because in asking, you're also hoping that that love is reciprocated. You hope that the answer will be yes. Imagine there's all sorts of nerves before you ask the question and when you get round to it. What if they say no? What if they laugh? What if they get angry? What if it ruins what we've already got? But what if they say yes? I think the question that Jesus asks Peter is risky too. What if he still doesn't understand? What if he's not ready? What if he's not ready for the commitment that answering that question honestly calls for? I think my brother proposed to his current wife in a Tesco's car park in the rain. Others either wait for or try and create the right romantic setting. Some propose to their fiancé in front of their friends. Oh, does that not just add to the pressure? The pressure that the one being asked is under to say yes. What if you've been waiting for that question? Maybe if you have, the answer comes quite easily, whether it's yes or no. But what if the answer's no? What if the answer's not yet? I imagine that moment between asking the question and getting the answer can seem such a long time. And what if the answer's, let me think about it for a while? Just asking the question can change the relationship, can change the two people. And when the answer is given, whether it's yes or no or maybe or not yet, that too can change the people involved and their relationship. Who do you say I am? That was a question that called Peter to reflect on their relationship, but also changed it. Changed it for Jesus as well as for Peter. Who do you say I am? And I suppose there's a sense of relief, just as there is when you get round to popping the question to somebody else. I suppose there's a sense of relief in Jesus when he asks that question. Relief in the sense that he now believes he's got to that point in his relationship with Peter when that question is right. And a sense of relief in Peter too. Not a sense of relief that he's given the right answer, but that he's got to that point in his relationship with Jesus where he is able to give that answer. I suppose it's a bit like being in relationship with someone and getting to that point where you say for the first time, I love you. You don't want to say it too early because you trivialize it, or you may have to go back on it. You don't want to leave it too late because not saying it can affect the relationship. And what if they say it first? Do you just come back with, and I love you too? But is it genuine? Is it real? Is it heartfelt? Or is it just the expected response? You know, there's a sense of rightness and relief in Peter and Jesus because it's the right time for Jesus to ask, and it's the right time for Peter to answer. And his answer is more than just words. His answer is an expression of faith. I'm being eaten alive by midges here. Peter's answer is an affirmation of where they are in their relationship. And it's an experience that deepens that relationship. But what of you? What when Jesus asks you that question? Who do you say I am? We could simply repeat the answers that others have given before us, use their words. Or we can take the risk and open our heart honestly to ourselves more than to Jesus or anyone else, and say how we really feel about Jesus being in our lives and the relationship we enjoy with him.